The Catholic Morning Show.
Thanks for listening in this morning. Deacon Mark Campbell, grateful to be with you. I want to remind you, coming up this weekend on Saturday, the pilgrimage walk for the unborn is taking place. It gets started at 5 a.m. over at St. Boniface in Waukee and will make its way to the Iowa Catholic Radio Studio Chapel here at 1355 50th Street. Approximate arrival time at 8:55 a.m. after a stop at St. Francis of Assisi in West Des Moines. Here at the Iowa Catholic Radio Chapel, there will be a rosary parade as the pilgrimage kind of kicks off and will wind up at 2:40 p.m. at St. Pius X in Urbandale. To learn more about that event, you can go to iowacatholicradio.com. Let's turn now to our first guest of this Thursday morning, Dr. Dora Jung. She has been named the Director of Catholic Schools for the Sioux City Diocese, and we're excited to have a conversation with her about what's brought her to this place and what she hopes to accomplish as a role of Director of Catholic Schools. Good morning, Dr. Jung.
Good morning, Deacon Campbell. How are you this morning?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking, and thanks for joining us here this morning. And I want to just jump in real quick, give listeners a little bit of a background of where you've been serving, maybe how you were drawn into serving in the education field.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Mexico, and I grew up over there, got my education, most of my education, half, I would say at this point, over there. I was a lawyer, and I was also teaching some English language classes and law classes. And I came to this country in an exchange program, and I met who now is my husband. So love brought me to this country. And after that, well, I just fell in love with the education world, and I've been in this field for many, many years now. I've worked for North Dakota, South Dakota, and I am currently serving in Iowa in the Sioux City Community School Districts, and just very excited to have an opportunity to serve the Catholic Diocese in Sioux City. Just an exciting opportunity for me as a Catholic.
And so you were born and raised Catholic, and talk about how that, before entering into this role now as serving the Catholic schools, how has your faith sort of served you in all the different places you've been and the different roles and opportunities that you had?
Well, my faith is the primary focus of all my actions, really, because in any field, you will face some challenges, you will face some hard decisions that you have to make. And really, you need to rely in your faith, in your values, in what you are taught as a Catholic to really guide you to do the right things always, which is not always easy. And my principles, what my family grew me, what my family taught me to follow as I grew up, those have been really the basis for all the steps I've taken and the decisions I've made. And thank the Lord, of course, things turn out to be good when you just stay with your principles and what you believe and the faith that you have in God, that things are going to be the right way, even in the most difficult circumstances. So it's my guiding point always. My faith is always what gets me through the difficult times and what I've always trusted to be successful in. And I feel like I have accomplished a lot because of that.
Well, that's beautiful, and what I want to kind of then get an understanding of is this opportunity to become the Director of Catholic Schools for the Diocese of Sioux City, and how familiar are you, coming from the public school system up there, to serving the Catholic schools? How familiar are you with the school system there?
I am somewhat familiar because we work together with the private schools and the public education. We have a good relationship with the Catholic schools. We collaborate in different programs and different grants that we have. I am learning more about, the scope of the diocese and how far the work goes with the schools across Iowa. But that's part of my learning curve in that regard. But the part of how we work together with the schools, that's something that we do frequently. So I'm pretty familiar with that part. It's just learning the systems in each one of the sites that are part of the diocese.
Well, I imagine our conversation a year from now, it will take maybe a much different turn or direction. But since you've been able to have some exposure working with the Catholic schools in the Diocese of Sioux City, what are some of the strengths that you see coming into this role, which you'll take the reins on July 1st? But what are some strengths of the Catholic schools there in the diocese?
Oh, a lot. I mean, I'm very excited because there is a lot of great things happening with the Catholic schools. The academic achievement is right there. They're doing fantastically well. I think that also one of the most important things that I see and that I'm very excited to continue to help the community and the Catholic systems with is how we are guiding our students to be comprehensively strong in our Catholic faith. And I think that's extremely important because the principles that we teach in the Catholic religion are so valuable as we grow up and as become members of society, adults, professionals, that right now social media and all the things that are happening in the world are making the world very complex for young people. And I think part of our faith and part of the excellent education that the Catholic systems are offering today will help those students grow as productive adults, as happy adults. We are giving them the tools as Catholics to succeed. Just like I've experienced myself, difficult times require all your values to be in place for things to be done properly and to be done in a way that you are happy with the decisions you're making and you can help others. And I think the Catholic schools are very strong at that, having these principles that we have as Catholics to follow our path that is going to be difficult because the world is difficult. It really is going to support them in their decision making and continue to help them be strong Catholics and contribute to communities of Catholics that we have across Iowa and across the nation and internationally. It's just the values, the excellence in education, the systems that we currently have in place, and really the goal of the diocese and the schools to continue to have that excellence. They're looking to the future, and that is extremely important when it comes to just be competitive and continue to provide our students the best education we can within the principles of the Catholic religion.
Well, in just a very short time here, you are making quite an impression, and I think the parents in the diocese should be very excited about having you fill this role of director of Catholic schools for the Sioux City Diocese. We're talking with Dr. Dora Jung. We've got just a couple more minutes, and you've touched upon a couple already, but perhaps maybe some of the challenges that you're going to have to be exploring solutions and opportunities for continuing to grow the Catholic school system there.
Yeah, some of the challenges are, the fundings where we need to make sure that we are exhausting every venue we have available to continue to get our funding to do different things and offer different programs. Getting to know the individual communities enough to be able to support them, all of them, from the schools that we have in Sioux City all the way to Boone and Algona and everywhere that the diocese has sites across Iowa. That is going to be a challenge, but challenges are opportunities in my eyes, opportunities to help and opportunities to learn new things, and really excited about how creative can we become to make ourselves stronger as professionals, because we are spread out across, Iowa, but that collaboration that we can develop make us a very strong community. So for me, this is an exciting opportunity to continue to have us all together and grow stronger as the different regulations and legislations change in Iowa.
Well, it's all tremendously exciting, and I'm right there with you. I think challenges present opportunities, and our faith is right there to help both guide us and direct us as we face these challenges. Dr. Dora Jung, thank you so much for joining us. Our prayers are with you as you assume this role on July 1st. Obviously, our prayers with Interim Superintendent Jim Murray, Bishop Keener, the teachers, parents, and students of the diocese there. Thanks for joining us here on the Catholic Morning Show.
Thank you so much for having me, and God bless you all. And we're starting strong, so thank you.
Very good.
Listen to the Catholic Morning Show weekdays at 7 a.m. Central on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, iowacatholicradio.com, or the Iowa Catholic Radio app.